What up, though? It's the Buddy Mo podcast show where we keep you so trill it might get you killed. Today is Monday, December 28th, 2020. We almost to 2021, and we about to take this corona shit with us into the new year. And man, it's been a rough motherfucking. Yeah, I mean, this is our first a lot of shit like this. I mean, Halloween was straight, but Thanksgiving, Christmas, and what's about to be New Year's Eve, these will be some firsts for everybody. Like the first year where we can't congregate during these holidays that you're supposed to congregate. And the weird thing is, they even told people they couldn't go to church, that's how you know that shit is real. When they tell you too many people in a church is a problem. The church I go to, this dude was doing parking lot services, pull-up services. You know, you pull up, he got the speakers and shit, and he preaching outside, you know. Our kids ain't been in school right for a year. College kids, all the kids that was seniors that was planning on moving on up to college, and my niece recently got accepted at a university, a good one. I ain't gonna say the name of it because I don't want niggas to know where to find her, you know. But I think racism died off a little bit over this year because this was also the year of George Floyd. But 2020, let's not just focus on the bad things in 2020. I want to say some good things about 2020. 2020 will always be remembered, by me at least, as the year that I saw Martin Luther's dream almost come true. It came true for a small time. Now, when I say his dream came true, what I'm saying is everything, I mean, sometimes you got to sacrifice something. Something bad got to happen in order for something good to happen sometimes. So what I'm saying is, he said that we didn't need black people to get more aware. We needed to raise white awareness. The George Floyd thing raised white awareness. And then we saw what happens after that. I had a whole new level of appreciation for this man, for Martin Luther, because he sat and thought through that. When white America get mad that you keep doing messed up shit to minorities, that's when we gonna get heard. When every single nationality, every race came together over George Floyd, they was trembling. We had them, but we squandered the opportunity. We just always accepting an apology and saying, all right, just don't do it again. We can't let it go back to that. I will always remember this year as the year that racism started to fade, and we saw what it felt like to be one. We know what it feels like to be together. And that's a beautiful thing. I mean, they was in Morocco, they was in China, Japan, with the I Can't Breathe shirts on. Everybody was gonna rock about this. Everybody. If we would have just kept making demands and kept pushing, we would have got what the fuck we wanted. And if they would have got mad and pushed back too hard, other places was going to be like, well, you got to push us too. I mean, ain't that what we go to war about? We go to war with people about how they treat their citizens. We've had American men die, men and women die in wars that were started to protect citizens of a country. So, you don't think that other countries would have came in and helped us? But, you know, I'm not here to bash my country, and this is not a malicious podcast. This is just 2020. It sometimes is bad, but when you look back, We did some shit we never did before. We went through some shit we never been through before, but we seen some shit that we have never seen before. If you know, unless your old ass, unless you just so old, you was there when Martin Luther and them did all that, and they made the changes and made it so that black people could vote and all of that. But you not, but people my age, no, we ain't never seen nothing like that happen. We just heard about, if you just came together, this is what would happen. Well, we did it. We saw what would happen. We have no excuse to be divided after this. It doesn't make sense. The division makes no sense, people. So if you listening to this podcast, when you leave out your house today, go out of your way to respect somebody who's different. When you in a situation where you could be that don't allow race to affect how you treat other people. Don't allow race to do it. I just saw a thing on Facebook. I was on there scrolling, and the thing is a guy I know, and I got tagged in it by my baby mama, and he's a guy who dates her cousin, and my son knows this guy, and she tags me in it because she knows that I respect this guy and his brother. Yeah, and this guy's on there talking about a child. He's saying he's pissed, he's drunk as hell, sound like a fucking idiot, but he's on there saying, my daughter, my 11-year-old daughter is dating a fucking nigger boy. A nigger boy. That's what he said. This blew my fucking mind, G, because he, the motherfucker seemed cool. It was one of them, damn, what happens behind closed doors is a motherfucker. He was sitting in his truck in a trail in the woods, getting ready to go hunting, I guess. Going off, sloppy drunk about this shit. And he calling this child niggers and shit. I mean, type of shit where if that was my 11-year-old son dating his 11-year-old daughter, we'd have a for sure fight. Like, I'd have to pull up on this man. If I found out that was my child he was referring to, we'd fight over a Facebook post. I mean, that type of shit. That shit can't come with us in 2021. Don't bring that bullshit with us, man. I forgive your bitch ass already for what you said. I just don't fuck with you. I forgive every person who did anything wrong to me because I saw what it's like when we come together. And also, one thing we need to leave in 2020, because we've had so many life-changing things happen this year, leave that fraudulent shit, behind you. Let's stop being manipulative. Let's stop feeling like we need to, if we don't like something about somebody, we go out our way to make sure other people don't like that person. Shit like that. I've been a victim of that in my life, and I've also done that shit to people. Let's stop doing all that. These cliques and shit, that's the same hate as racism. It's the same shit. I mean, treating somebody fucked up because they look different, they color different, is the same as trying to isolate people or keep it real. If you don't like the person, stay the fuck out their face, man. But remember, respect and love is everything. You can respect and love a person, but not deal with them. You can do that from a distance. If I don't like being around you, I mean, I don't have to disrespect. If I don't like you, I don't have to disrespect you because of that. And I don't have to go and talk about you to other people. That's my love. Listen, you just different. We don't click. We don't glue. And it is what it is, A lot of people lost the love of their life this year. Some people went through that shit, I just want to tell you, we all had our problems. I ain't no different. The questions I want to ask on this episode is, what was your favorite Christmas gift? What gift did you get that meant the most, whether they was there when you opened it or not? And also in that answer, put what the best gift you gave was and who you gave it to. And it doesn't matter if you was there when they opened it. Just share that with us in the comments below on this show. Mine was these, my favorite gift was these pajama pants and these slippers I got from my 6-year-old son. That's my favorite gift. The favorite gift I gave, the only person I gave a gift to really was my son. So the clothes, my baby sister, I got her some nice clothes. I got everybody clothes. I bought outfits. I spent a ton of money on clothes for these kids, and I'm happy with how I handled Christmas. It was weird. I had Christmas. Let me tell you about my Christmas. I had Christmas at my baby mama's house with my son and her new baby daddy and they new baby. And I ate breakfast with them and shit like that, which was, it was cool, man. I really had a good time. I enjoyed it. And everybody was copacetic. I mean, it was weird because it was the most time I had spent with them as a group at once. This is the most time. So I was able to see the interactions that my child has with the new guy and shit like that. So I was able to have moments where I was like, but I was able to see who I was as a person because I could overcome certain things. There was a time my son walked past me to ask the boyfriend to help him put a toy together. And I look up and I'm like, the dude was perceptive enough to be like, you know, to back off and let me do it. You know what I'm saying? Which is cool. I was able to see who he was as a person in here too. And I was like, okay, so he's a perceptive person. He's not a dumbass. He's smart. He sees what's going on. He has respect for certain shit. That's a dope thing, you know. But it did lead to me to call and say, okay, this corona shit finna be over. It's time for you. It's time for me to take him from your house with me to my house. Like, it got to that, you know. I mean, but that's what I did for Christmas. And I had a great time. I loved it. I loved it all. And I plan to love more later. I want to love everybody, you know. And I think that love is the only thing that's going to help us get through the shit that is going on now and what's to come. When you go back to work after these holidays, it's going to be tough. We've gone a whole year. You know, a lot of Americans been chilling all year. They've been sitting still, ain't been working as hard, gaining a lot of weight. Me, I've been losing fucking weight. Like, I've been moving around. I've been just doing more, you know. I've been doing more. Me and Bud had a hell of a summer. Bud roofing and all that shit. We was doing a whole lot of shit. You know, traveling, we went to see the waterfalls. That was a good thing that happened this year. A lot of love that weekend. I think that getting ready for what's next is very important for the lot of us, for all of us. And when I say getting ready, it's like, okay, they hiring people, go get a job right now because you don't know what these people finna take back. They just gave you all this and ain't nothing free in this world. It's some people who the corona blow hit them and they can't even take care of home. So this was like a domino effect that went into the homes of people who own properties, real estate companies and shit, because or property management companies, because they started telling you, well, you can't evict people right now, shit like that. At some point, they're gonna have to get these people possession of their shit again. Pretty soon, y'all gonna start getting them letters for going to court for these evictions. Prepare for it. Get ready. You don't want to have an eviction on your record, so just keep saving money. Keep paying these motherfuckers. Save your money and pay them, because you don't want to keep, you don't want to be that far behind like that to where you owe and then you get evictions and people don't rent to people with evictions. It's all this crazy shit going on. So I think that in the midst of the distractions we have, and we also got to remember, just You still alive. This shit ain't over once this over. You don't suddenly, they ain't gonna show you no sympathy at the end of this shit. They exhausted all their motherfucking resources helping you during this shit. You feel me? It's always parenting first. Make sure you paying attention to how this shit affecting your kids. My son is important to me. I talk to him a lot, and I want him to have big high spirit. I ask questions. Don't be scared to ask. Do people call you fat at school? You know, little simple questions like that. Know what's going on in their life. If you're a parent that live outside of the home where your child at, that's, you really need to ask questions. You know, I want to know everything that happens at your mama's house. Every single thing that happens at your mama's house, I want to know about. In the end, what I want to say in closure is that I think that with all the bad shit that happened in 2020, there was, and it will never be the same after this. I know I won't. But I think that a lot of things will never be the same. There's some good ways that things change, that shit ain't gonna be the same. And I hope that we really, really carry on that one section of 2020 when we all was right here and people was going out of their way to greet other people. Like, I remember on my way to work when the office was still open, and I was on my way down there, and it would be the white businessman that was on his way to another office, and he never spoke nothing to me all year. I was working in this office by his, and then suddenly it's, hey, how you doing? And and when you're at the four-way stops and shit, people, they started waving each other through. You know what I'm saying? The love was authentic. The love had come, and the love needed to stay. We need to keep doing it. If they can do that, if they can be happy and loving people in other countries that really ain't got the resources we got, then we can do that shit here. You know what I'm saying? I think we can do it here. I love y'all. Thank you for tuning into the Buddy Mo podcast. It's been a minute since I was able to make one. Any suggestions about topics you'd like to hear me talk about, or any questions you got for me, put them in the comments below. This is one of my very few videos. I'm going to do video every time now, but this is one of my very few video podcasts. So if it's a little rough, let me get with it. But like I said, I love y'all. Thank you for listening. And share this motherfucker, man. Put other people up on it. I'm out.